Let me also get a double espresso shot, a Diplo, a Dipio. What's it called?
Okay, just a double espresso shot. Did you want anything in there, like any cream or sugar?
No. Nice wood floors. That's always a plus. A lot of people don't like carpet. Huh, Sassy, you don't like carpet?
No.
Sassy don't like carpet. So you got... Hopefully these rooms... Hopefully these rooms are good enough size. So this room, in order for a room to be categorized as a room, it has to have a closet. And it has to have ventilation. This one didn't have a closet, but they made a closet, so it passes. Dining area. The neighborhood's pretty nice too.
Yeah, it is.
1.5.
Oh yeah. One split in two.
I got hit by lightning.
So does the wall not go all the way? It's not. It's just.
So there's no wall. The wall stopped right there, and they just straight. It won't go back.
Okay. And what if I?
This like completely looks like if you had a knife, but it didn't have to. Yeah.
Do they live here?
No, that's another agent. So we see that a lot too. As we're shopping, other people are shopping too. So that's an agent with his clients looking at the same house that we are. So when they come in, I like to say, just kidding, I'm not gonna say it. Just kidding, I am gonna say it. I always say his house is super haunted, just so they don't buy it. But yeah, so they came in, they're looking at the same house we are. So it just shows you the competition that's out here. Voy a dejar la llave aquí.
Ah, sí.
Okay.
Ya les vamos también.
Oh, okay, perfecto. It's a good sign. That's a good sign. Sí, sí, todo está abierto. Está super haunted. So yeah, so things like this, situations like this happen all the time, but this is why when it comes down to having a buyer and being a buyer's agent, we have to still be strategic. It's not just being strategic when you're selling a house, it's also when you're competing with other buyers. So if my client does want it, for sure, we're gonna have to come up with a very strategic offer to weed out the noise. Bye bye.
Hasta luego, ¿cómo estás?
It's a good sign. They lasted like 3 minutes in that house. I think they got intimidated, honestly, with this camera. For real. You could look at it.
Then price goes up?
Well, that's what I was telling. I was just, every time something happens, I'm always like explaining to the cameras what's happening. But like, so situations like that where we have another buyer looking at the same house, let's just say they did like it, okay? And who's to know? They might have loved it and they might be going to make an offer right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a really quick showing, so I'm just hoping they didn't, you know? But in that situation, being that it's priced at 104, 900, and we know that it's valued right now by the city at 108, this could also be a situation where we get into a bidding war.
Yeah.
And it ends up going for 108,000. And that's something we want to avoid too, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why. So we need to ask them for $3,200 plus $500 for the home warranty. So for sure, let's just round up $3,700. We're gonna ask them for right off the bat. So even I wasn't. So this is a really nice house. Hopefully we could get it. I get excited when this shit happens. I feel like I'm gonna put my boxing gloves on and go into a freaking ring and start busting some realtors' heads. Trying to get this house for my client. Why is he looking at the same house I am? My clients really like it. So this is one of those things. Like, real estate is also a freaking boxing match at times. There's times where we're looking at a house, and I've been looking at houses with my client for 2.5 months, almost 3 months. We have not found the perfect house yet. Going into that house, she ranked it a 10 out of 10, which means it's the perfect house for her. So she wants to wait for her sister to come and just look at it also. Her and her sister have been looking at houses this whole time with me. So, oh shit, where's the next one? Bellwether. Oh my god, it's hot as fuck. So, we're gonna wait to see if her sister could come check out the house too, but this is one of those things where my client been looking for a house for months, and we find the house, and as she's in love with it, as we're walking around, another agent comes in, and they have the same story with their client. They've probably been looking for weeks, if not months, if not close to a freaking year. You know, there's some people that need that much time, but they have the same story. So there's so much competition out here when it comes down to being a buyer or buying a house out here in El Paso. Houses right now are at such a good price or such a good value that, you know, there's no other place in the country that you could get a 1,200 square foot home for $104,000 that looks like that, you know.